Let's see. Hello, hello. Is this thing on? Karate chops in the YouTube space. All right, cool. We're on. We're live. Welcome to MACE Revival, everyone. For volume 13 aired live, not volume 13 for Anna and I, that's for sure. I don't know, volume 101 maybe. Not sure how many we've done, but we've done a few. As we were doing this for like 6 months before we invited you all. So this is cool. Welcome. I'm so glad everybody's back. I'm glad to be back with Anna. We're going to get into some wild stuff today, okay? But we're going to do it in a deliberate way. We're going to be really moving the mace a pretty good ways out from our body. So before we do that, let's mobilize our body. We'll hit some open chain mobility, and then we're going to hit some landmark training, okay? And just tuning up our structure and feeling strong and getting into some lat activation. I want to hit sword swings today, y'all, and we're going to hit a thing called a golf swing. All right, this is a super fun movement, a different variety of the swing or how to swing the mace. So, without further ado, God bless everyone, and hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Let's not grab our mace for this first part. Just grab your super motivated body. If it's not motivated, don't worry. Mine often isn't. So if you train a lot, guys, nobody tells you this. You train a lot to feel good in life, but you do feel like shit quite often. Secret, a little secret of the trade there, all right? So what we're going to do here, y'all, is this is a way we like to open up our body. We're going to mobilize it and really spend some time in our structure, unlocking each individual part of our body, all right? So before we start, we're going to set up our standing structure with those feet in a straightforward line there, all right? And you don't have to grip with your toesies. You can wiggle your toesies out, but I do want you all to feel through the feet, okay? The dexterity in the feet's a big thing. Let's go soft in the knees, and let's bring these glutes underneath us. Those are your butt cheeks, and you're going to squeeze them, all right? And get tall through the hip, all right? So you'll notice that there's kind of like an extremely soft V, right? I got, for lack of a better word there. It's like 140 degrees or something, angle in your knee, okay? You want to keep that, and you can exert a little bit of force into the floor there by anti-rotating through the feet, all right? That'll keep your lower half really strong. Let's get tall through the crown of the head, okay? Making sure that chin's back. We can roll those shoulders back, and we can push a little bit of energy into the floor, all right? That's been helping my neck lately, a little cue. I've taken 50% of the energy and moved it that way, and 50% of the energy and grounding it. It's just a little cue Chinese medicine friend of mine gave me. It's really helping my neck. I think I tend to try to pull all my energy this way and just rush grip through the floor. That's what I was doing a lot. So it's a little answer to that. All right. What we're going to do here is start with our hips first. All right. So let's go with the hip tucks today, and we're going to go backwards and forwards. And you notice the rest of the spine is trying to stay stable. Okay. So we're trying to keep that nice and tall, and a little bit of decompression, pulling through the crown of the head, and we're just rocking the low spine back and forth, all right? Lots of glute activation, lots going on in the hip flexors. Let's just keep that going for another 20 seconds. Nice. And by all means, stay there if you need to. If you want to get into some alternate angles these last few seconds, go ahead. And all that means is you can move that around through there. You don't have to take it like in one direction straight back. You can kind of see if you could activate one glute muscle and then keep the other one kind of fired up there. Open it up. And if you're having trouble with that, maybe you could just activate through the feet a little bit more and create those stable points south of the hip line. All right. Good work, everybody. Let's take this into some lateral sits, and we're going to keep a little bit of activation through the center. All right, you're going to have to ease it up just a bit to get mobile. But we're just scooting out left and right here. Whew, that side's tight. And as you pull up through the center, you can clamp down a bit and just play with that, okay? See where the point is, where you're mobile, but you're strong. Right? Because if we fully lock up, it doesn't really allow us to move so well. So you can find the sweet spot. Back and forth. Nice mobility, Anna. And you'll notice too, it doesn't take a lot to get straight out in that 90. It depends on where you're at today. I'm pretty tight in that area. But if you kick it back towards the behind you, you'll find that it's almost like a hinge. It's like a modified hinge there. Very good. If you don't want to hit some actual straight hinges.
Oh, that feels rough.
Yeah, mine's a little rough too. My posterior's tight.
Yeah. I got some hip stuff going on, but that's because I've been working on some weaknesses. So I got some sore spots from trying to upgrade.
Upgrades. I like upgrades. They're hard.
Yeah.
Good work, y'all. 10 more seconds in those areas.
Oh.
And when you're good to go there, you can shake your legs out a little bit. I know that can start to tense up. Whenever you're ready, let's set it right back up. All right, standing structure, feet straight forward, the knees are soft, the hips are underneath us, and we're pulling up through the crown of the head and really solidifying that center line through the pack. All right, and we're going to take a hinge forward, and I don't care what side you pick, just pick one, and we're going to go through all these 4 cardinal points. Side, side, back, and then pushing into the forward. Good work. And let that warm up a bit. Once it does, you can start to find those circles. And just get into those angles. Bring your breath in. Let's go 10 more seconds this direction, and then we're going to switch nice and intentionally. Nice work, last rotation. Nice. All right, and if we're going to switch directions, I want everybody to do it with the same kind of intention they started with. This is the new direction, so we're going to treat that with a little love as we hinge and just get through those initial directions. And as it warms up, you can get into it. Oh.
Oh, sticky.
Yeah. Good work, everybody. Keep going. 30 seconds. Get some heat in those hips. Last couple rotations. Right there. Last rep. Good stuff, everybody. Shake those legs out. Let's bring it right up into the midline, all right, into the mid-spine. Midline spine. We're going to move that midline all over, though. So let's activate on the floor here, keeping these hips super strong, okay? So the feet are straight forward. The knees are under us. All right, you see whenever we go soft knees and activate the glutes, it's like everybody's hips pop forward, right? It doesn't have to stay all the way forward. There's a little bit of debate out there. I've had some with my students. Some people feel strong just a little bit further away, wherever that is for you. And that's something you would find out, I think, in a lot of swings and things like that. So that's coming up. So really grip onto the floor with your feet, wiggle your toes, and see if you can spread that floor. Another good activation cue there is kind of like feel like you're corkscrewing, right? So you're trying to grip in and press, and you'll find that that will really generate a lot of force through the glute, that activation. All right, so play with that, have fun with it. All right, we're going to lock down on the floor, and let's get into the mid-spine. Nice tall spine. And what we're doing here is think of, well, I'm dating myself. Anna and I, this analogy is going to make sense. If we got any 20-year-olds out there, have you ever seen a video of a typewriter or one in an antique shop? Think of a typewriter. I like to think of a typewriter. Just don't go that fast. Just bing! Yeah, that's it. That's it. Dude, typewriters are frustrating. You type like a perfect report, or you type a perfect page, and then at the end,
one mistake.
Yes, and they have a cross out button, but come on, man, it's like E. Oh
right.
shit, cross out.
Yep, and then
you
got to get the white out.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, then you had white out. That's right. Then you're like, all right, it's gonna be different colors, but at least it does not admitting to I had to hit the line key.
Yep.
You know, we're all keys. All right. Good work, y'all. If that's feeling all right. Whew. Get back to the center. Find your strength through neutral. Okay. If it's stacking up in the legs, you guys can pump those around a little bit. It just moves a little bit of energy into our knees too, and that's good. Through our knees. All right. Lock down on that floor, and then we're gonna go for some big breaths here. All right. So I want everybody to really flex and control and contract their diaphragm through this drill. And at first, it might come from more a heart center, but eventually you start to feel that belly and you can push it out, okay, in these breaths, all right? So we're going to go dive into our chest, big, tall spine, flex that glute, soft knees, and we're going to breathe in. And it's okay to extend your spine a little here and then out. And that breath is blown from the diaphragm. In. We're going to go for 8 more, y'all. Out. Good work. Keeping those hips tall, those glutes packed. We're extending and flexing the spine. Ooh. Nice work. Pushing those hearts out, big hearts, and strong back. Little level 2 steel mace flow today. Good work, y'all. Halfway there. Take your time. You don't have to keep up with me. Four to go. Big breaths. Three more. One more breath. Biggest breath from the diaphragm. Here we go. When you get all the way out there, breathe in, same big breath, and just get that spine right back underneath you, really tall, really proud, flexing those glutes, getting everything good, and then you can shake it out. Oh, man, the breaths are not to be rushed. I love the breathing part. It goes from like sometimes terrible at breath 1, and you don't have to stop at 10. If you guys like that drill at home, you don't have to stop at 10 and you can modify the drill. Just keep the breathing exercise the same. You can go to 20, you can go 30. The Wim Hof breathing method does about 30 repetitions, and those are maybe a slightly quicker, but it's still, really full inhalation. So it's no problem to go there. If you ever feel a little lightheaded, just take a knee. I do that every single morning almost. I do the 5 quick breaths, and I'm like, oh, wait, 5? There's the knee.
Yeah.
But boy, it helps in the cold, all right? So let's get into actually, let's just move this mid-spine around a little bit. So let's take 30 seconds. Let's have fun with this drill, okay? See how well you can clamp on the floor. All right? Cue all that structural integrity up on your own, and then see and have fun through those landmarks, those compass points, if you will, and just combine those. Through this drill, pretend that there's a cable through the crown of your head or a beam of light pulling you up to Zion. You're just moving through that mid-spine. Yeah, and you can bring the arms with you. You can kind of hollow out the center in the strong back position, and you can get a big heart through the front too. Whatever you're comfortable with. But if it helps just to keep a nice tall spine and move that through some variations, that's good too. Oh, that feels good. 5 more seconds, y'all. Oh. We just look like a bunch of dancers every time we warm up. It's good. We are a bunch of dancers. We dance with steel.
It is.
Right?
What is dance if not creative movement?
Yes.
I talk with Santino about this all the time.
Right? What is dance? Exactly. It's creative energy expression.
Right. Like, what is movement?
Yeah.
It could be any of those things.
Using the stacking of the human anatomy as its canvas. Right, it's amazing, and the backdrop. Right, you have cool settings. You have cool musics and overtones. Sometimes accompaniments. Sometimes the water. That's cool. All this has been done in Steel Makes Flow, y'all. You guys gotta check it out, man. Go back, dig into it. It's worth it. All right, you'll see Leo doing crazy waterfall flows and fountains. People out in the rain like Anna. Swinging in thunderstorms.
Awesome. So good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, let's get into the C-spine, y'all. So feet straight forward, soft knees. We're gonna squeeze those glutes, get that whole structure back underneath you. I want everybody to take those shoulders, go forward, like excessively forward, and then roll them up, tall and back. And then as you feel like those scaps are where they want to be, just slide it down and just hold a strong posture and a strong midline, okay? And take these hands palms forward and press, a bit of energy into the floor, like you're trying to shoot lightning bolts. Nah, no dark side energy here. What would we be shooting? We'd be shooting gadget shit. Tacks on the floor. There we go. You could do Spider-Man. I don't know. All right, so
I put my fingers and just big beams of rainbow prism light are just coming out.
Bang! It's like, and it sounds like a transform.
Like an extension of energy. That's how I teach my yoga students. Make that extension of your energy. Send it out.
I like
Don't
that.
give me a weak ass limp arm.
Right.
Give me energy.
You're not directing your energy, right? You got to direct it.
Right, direct it.
That's very good. All right, let's get into this neck, y'all. Tall crown through there, okay? So if your chin has a kind of a precedent of shifting forward like mine did and still does sometimes, we'll pull that chin back. And what we're going to do here is go from the crown of the head, we're going to go eyes to the earth, eyes to the sky. And just yes and no's here. Or that's yes. No's the other way. We're going to go no next. We're gonna avoid nose because that's a negation. No, we're gonna get into the nose too. All right, one more, y'all. And when you feel good there, we're gonna find neutral. All right, and from neutral, we're gonna still from the crown of the head here. Don't let that crown dip forward or back. We're pulling up, and we're going left and right, opening that up.
Sometimes it's important to say no. Say no is respecting your and other people's boundaries.
Truth.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's literally the opposite side of the equation, right? You can't always have yes. There has to be
exactly
no as well. There has to be both sides of that. You see it in computing.
Self-preservation, yeah.
Yeah. All right, if you guys like that tall position and just staying there with that, if you guys want to go into some lat movement, we'll get a couple of those in right now. So trap, just extending that away. And remembering still to breathe, all right? So we're still tall through the crown. We're not crunching down through the crown. We're tall through the crown. We're like bringing it like we're trying to tip water or something out of a bowl up there, all right? And off that, you can also hold that and look down toward the earth and breathe. And look up to the sky, and that'll address that neck and all those stabilizers through the neck. Oh, nice work, y'all. All right. Just one more drill here. A couple directions. Lock that structure right back up, and we're going to pull those shoulders back down. All right. Address anything you need to address. Tall crown. And we're going to go with the chin and neck slides. Forward and back. Think typewriter again. And breathing through here helps. Nice work, everybody. Last one. Nice. Now we're going to go laterally. All right. So find that strong position of the shoulders, and we're going to move the neck across the shoulder line. Good work. And then take 20 seconds on your own, everyone, and just explore that neck, okay? You can go from a tall spine and roll it around a little. Or you can combine that last drill we did into some flat circles. The rolls will feel nice and light. Oh, all right. Good work, everybody. We're going to thrash through these last drills, okay? Let's just draw some tall hip circles through here. All right, so let's concentrate on one-legged structure as well, keeping that knee and that glute activated, knee soft as we go through there. And just push the soft stepping forward, and we're going to bring it through, okay? We're going to hit these for like 30 seconds. We don't have the most stepping going on today. We might take some lateral steps. In line with our swings. Good work, everybody. So as those hips open up, as everything opens up and starts to warm up, start to demand a little bit more control of those systems. Good. Let's do two more. Oh, that felt good. Beautiful. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's do one more for the lower half. Real quick, one time and one time only. Find whatever position you'd like to squat in. We're going to go for the lowest squat possible, okay? If you can't get to that point, that's okay. I'll point to this big wooden dummy missing the arms back here, the mukjang. All right, if you have something vertical like that or a pole, or whatever's going on, you can hold that in front of you and really try to get into this low position squat. Okay, we're just going to open up the rest of our lower legs and our knees here. So come from a strong standing structure and start to squat in. Drive that spine down like it's a nail. Okay, it might be canted forward depending on your position, and that's okay. And just nestle into your squat down there. And then if you want to move it around a little bit, you can. Or if you just want to, if you're building up to that, I had to do that at 29 years old. I lost this ability and found out I lost this ability, and I had to build it back. So I understand it's hard just to sit back into those heels and open up. If you got a lot of strength down there, if you're stiff or whatever, so you can work on just doing that as well. Okay, trying to get that spine tall from there. Whenever you guys are good, let's press out of there through the heels. Okay, right back to a tall position and move it around. Move it around. Good stuff. Good work. All right, last drill. We're gonna hit this for like 45, 50 seconds. We're not gonna crush it. All right. We're going to do elbow drivers, so strong standing structure, a little bit of anti-rotation between your feet, and drive this elbow through. And let's just open these up because we do have some swings coming up. We're not going to kill the swings today, but everything is swing-like. Remember to come in nice and high with these elbow drivers, nice tall crown still. The spine can adjust. Obviously, we're getting some extra spinal mobility through this. Try to keep those hips nice and solid. That's not to say you can drive up as well. Okay? And that's kind of a cool drill too, but if you're trying to send it all into the shoulders, keep those hips forward. Ten more seconds. Nice work. All right. Good job, Anna. Good job, everyone, hanging out with us. Grab some water. We're going to do a quick landmark drill next, okay? I'll caveat this with, back when I was learning sword swings and like finding out about one-handed mace movement, there was no system yet. There was Leo doing it. And there was a bunch of other people teaching. There was some systems. There was like the on-it system, but they did landmarks. They did push-pull type mechanics, and there was some other systems as well. But none of it was as land-breaking as in my opinion, as what Leo was doing at the time. And I saw that, and that was impressive, and it was incredible. So I kind of just jumped into the deep end. And I don't want to do that with y'all, okay? Because the shoulder bears a heavy burden sometimes with that stuff. And although my shoulders, some mornings and a lot of times I feel like a bunch of like dirty mechanical car parts in an old sink. But sometimes, but they still work perfectly fine. They're really strong. I want to cue this up, and what we're gonna do here in this drill is learn about lat activation. All right, those big wide beach muscle, those V lats. Those are called your latissimus dorsi, right? And so those run down, and you have your lower lats and your upper lats, and we have to purposely learn how to drive those down, because a lot of this movement we're going up and we're getting out. Right. And when we get out, we want to and especially when we're doing it for the first time, we're really excited, or our movement just looks kick ass and we're having fun, because this is what this is about. Right. You can only squat so long. Well, I mean, some people can do it for the rest of their life, and God bless them. But you can only do lunges and squat and all this stuff for so long before you lose this guy. And I'm like, all right, guys, let's go have fun. This is work. Let's go have fun. So we get to combine work and fun. All right. And that's what sword swings are. And that's what golf swings are. And that's what 360 swings are. And what we're going to do is learn how to drive those lats down. So keeping these shoulders and really pulling these shoulders back in where they can work from strength, because that's how the shoulder works best. If I just tell you to hold a dumbbell, right? Most of us are using a 10-pound mace. If you're using a wooden broom handle or a stick or something like that, that's cool too. But if I put a little weight in your hand, I tell you to just drive it out, like drive it forward like in a punch, or drive it straight up, right? You're going to be commanding from your shoulder instead of like paying attention to your center and how that lat is packed in, almost like a pull-up, all right? And then you're driving it also. So it's like a push-pull mechanic there that you have to feel and learn, okay? So let's get into it, y'all. Let's grab our mace or your stick or your broom, whatever you got going on. Piece of rebar on a construction site. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I got some construction homies out there. I got some mace.
I did bring that concrete mace home that I was telling you about from the construction site.
Did you?
I have it in my trunk right now.
That's what I'm talking about. If you guys haven't swung concrete on rebar, you're missing out. It's like
a piece of broken concrete attached to a piece of rebar that you picked up off the street.
It's an urban.
What are you even doing with your mace practice?
It's an urban gata, right?
It really is. I'm afraid to swing it because it's not that heavy, but it's shaped real weird.
All right, you guys, it was too hard to see in the shirt, so I got to take it off. So hope you don't mind. I got in shape again too, so I'm not fat.
Oh yeah, no, me too. Let's do it.
There we go, Anna. Let's get it. Yeah. All right. So everybody picking your mace up and grabbing your standing structure. Okay, you got your feet straight forward, your knees are soft. All right. I want everything aligned just like we did in the drill, and I want everybody to come to this position. Okay, an over position, meaning the first hand is over and this one's hand is over. If it reminds you of anything, like picture yourself laying on your back. It's like a bench press or in a military press, right? So from here, I don't care where you hold your mace. Have fun with that part, okay? And if you guys want to experiment, I definitely advocate for that. So we're here, and what we're in here is a strong landmark 3, okay? This is landmark 3. It should be somewhere around your chin or maybe a little bit lower around your neck, wherever you feel strong there. And we're going to push it up into landmark 4, okay? So everybody with me, just slowly pushing it up into landmark 4 and just getting one rep in there and just feeling that, okay? And then pull it back down. Very good. All right. So let's hit that one more time. And if you didn't anti-rotate on your mace, I want you to do that now. Okay, so what that means is if you just held it here and pushed it up, I want you to change that into either crushing mechanic, trying to crush it like a soda can, ripping it like a sheet of paper, or snapping it like a toothpick. Okay, and then press it up. Nice, and then you can pull it down. And you'll find if you stick to your structural cues and your standing structure, that'll get some mobility in for you. You'll feel a lot of good things in there, okay? Let's hit one more, and we're going to learn about lat activation, okay? So whatever your mechanic is in the anti-rotation, keep that. And I want everybody to pretend they're on a pull-up bar right now, all right? And pretending you're on the pull-up bar, the monkey bar, whatever that is. Remember, you would be hanging there, and you kind of pack your back, right? You're pulling from your back, all right? And now we're going to press up, keeping that back activation. Nice work, everyone. And let's pull down, now really enforcing that back activation. Yeah. And look at Anna's smooth, beautiful line. That's awesome. So if you have been paying attention to the line, my line, your line, try to keep that line in that symmetry, and it shows your command of it. Let's learn sword draw switch. Okay, so I'm going to be here. All I'm doing is taking that over position and putting it vertical as I pull the hand, grab with palm out with the other hand, and it slides into that position as I come back to the new landmark, okay? So we're back in over, landmark 3. All right, let's do 3 this side. All right, press that mace up. And since you guys know about lat activation, I want you to do it every time this time, all right? You can change anti-rotations if you'd like. Good. work. All right, one more time, yo. Nice. Sword draw switch out of there and shake it out. Good work, everybody. So just a little landmark training there. That's landmark 3 to landmark 4. We could also be in a landmark 2, and we'll probably experience that today, but we'll see about that. Good work, everybody. All right. So what we're going to do here is learn the first part of this, all right? So this is a sword swing, an outside sword swing, and we're going to pair it with a coin flip, all right? So the landmarks are going to come in huge here, because what I want everybody to do is meet me in a landmark 3 over grip whenever you're ready, all right? And have fun. We're going to be taking this hand off, all right? So wherever you want to put that, that's okay. But I want everybody to pay attention. You know, when we come in close, it might bring that point of the globe home, and out here is really wide, okay? And you can hit a sword swing from either position, but I want you to pay attention to what the mace is doing, okay? So we're going to flare that lat and pull down, almost like mimic a pull down, like that pull-up move, all right? Keeping that lat in. We're going to talk about 45s now, okay? But before we do, let's go through the landmarks. We're going to drop this into mid-guard, or just rotate it a quarter turn. Nice. And then we're going to rotate it. If you need the other hand for this part, you can. But we're going to rotate it basically to a landmark 3 off the other side. Okay? And you'll notice that the body did this little thing here from there to there. And that's okay. Okay? I want you guys to be able to shift your spine here, and your glutes stay flexed, and your lower half strong. Okay? And then we're going to rotate it again out, and keeping that lat activated, driving down. We're going to open the spine a bit, and look at that. We're in landmark 3 on the back. If that's getting rough for you, you can just lay it in on the tricep. I'm all backwards today with the names in your trap right there. And then we're going to drive it down, elbow down, back into mid guard. Okay? And that is an outside sword swing. If we sped that up, see? All right. Let's meet back in our landmark 3 and get a sword draw switch in. All right. So we're going to go sword draw, switch. Why that's called a sword draw switch? Because we're linking swords. All right, here we go. All right, let's go really slow through this. All right. We might have a little anti-rotation here, but as we relieve that mace, we kind of have to rely on one hand, no anti-rotation, but the anti-rotation is in our core and how much we can flex that lat down. All right, and you can move that spine, keeping the 45s, all right? If you guys saw me from the side here, look, the mace is on a 90, but my shoulder is not on a 90, okay? It's out at a 45, and I rotated the body into that 90, okay? And that's going to keep your shoulders a lot safer, all right? So from that 45, we here, and just come back and sword draw switch. All right, I want everybody to hit this for let's go 2 minutes, all right? Just sword swinging, all right? As slow as you want. You can keep that hand connected in like a guide arm fashion if you're having a hard time with understanding the sword swing. I know it's hard at first. The shoulders might not have the range of motion. So you can keep this guide hand ghosting along that mace. And then when you're here, it's just, look at that. It's like a 360 swing mechanic, right? So we just 360 swing and bring it down, and we're back to where we would be. Okay, here we go. That drive down is going to be important today. So focus on your mechanics and keeping that back activated and those lats flexed in. Okay, keeping those shoulders strong, those 45s prominent. And the drive here is going to be really important today. And the way I command that is when you're at the right angle and you're ready to drive, use the weight of the mace, but you add to it by really flexing the lat and driving the elbow towards your midline. Okay, and you'll get a little extra kick there. Keep going, y'all. 20 seconds. Nice, Anna. Beautiful. Wow, what a prominent sword swing. Sword draw switch too. All right, transitions are everything, guys. If you're having a hard time with hand-to-hand transitions, just slow it down, okay? That's the most important part because your body has to learn that communication. Then as it learns it, you'll get these cues almost like involuntarily in your mind. At least I do. A lot of my students I've spoken with do, and it's like you get this cue like, oh, now I want to take this here, or oh, now I can go a little bit faster through that part or whatever. But nurture that from a small spot. Okay, think of like starting a campfire if you've ever been there, right? You don't just, well, maybe some people will just throw gasoline on the fire. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of types of ways to start a campfire. But like, think survival here, y'all, okay? We got a little bit of Tinder, right? I don't mean like the app, okay? I'm talking about Tinder, the original kind, you know, the kind our ancestors used. And you got to nurture that flame. You got to blow on it, but you can start real small, right? It's like, and then as that starts to kick up, then you encourage it, and that encouragement will come when you start slow. All right, here we go. So now we're going to practice a coin flip, and I saw Anna already hit some coin flips, and I think maybe this is the hardest spot to get to. All right, because so many people, myself included, have a hard time trusting the mace in midair. So we're going to encourage it to go the right direction. But I'm going to teach two versions of this, okay? The first version is for those of you who have never coin flipped before, or they're like, man, I just dropped my mace last time I was coin flipping, so maybe I want to go a little slower. Awesome, okay? This is for you, all right? And I love this flow. I'm going to stay on my knees and see if I can pull it off. All right, we're going to be here in a landmark 3. All right, so what's going to happen is we're going to keep this connected to our mace the whole time. All right, so we're going to hit our sword swing. And as we get out here, we're basically going to come from where we were at in a sword holding position, guiding position, and we're going to push that right behind. Okay, so we're going to take those fingers and just gently caress it and touch it in behind. And this is where that drive down I was talking about happens with the lat. And we're going to, whatever your process is here with your supporting hand, but you have to open that thumb, okay? Whether you like to point, I like to point, but you need strong fingers for that, and that takes reps. All right, so if you want to just create a simple 4 stack, and we're pressing and lifting, and this can catch now, as this one is controlling, and then we're here, all right? I knew we'd visit a landmark 2 today, so we're in landmark 2, and we're in a new grip. That's okay. Let's just feed that sword draw switch. Same exact switch, except our starting hand starts under. And now we're back in landmark 3, okay? Sword swing, outside, keeping it connected, driving it through. Here, slide, back, and palm press as we lift. Watch your head, and landmark 2, okay? Sword draw switch, sword swing. Palm press, coin flip. Back to landmark 2. Sword draw switch. Outside sword swing. Palm press. Lift. Back to landmark 2. Okay, that's version 1, all right? And so those of you on version 1, you can start there. I'm going to meet you in about 30 seconds. Version 2, all right, we're here, and we're working on our coin flip. Okay, so one-handed. Now, whether you want to guide your mace or not, that's up to you through there. It's all good. I like the 3 stack here, guide it. Drive and lift. And I don't ever like to take my mace off my hand off that mace anymore. my hand doesn't often become disconnected from that mace. All right, so we're here. It's okay if yours does. You know, I used to be out here. Boom. All right, step into some of those things. All right, we're gonna get into that today. All right, but whether you want to try to lift and create that kind of a coin flip, just guiding it through there, or if you want a more dynamic coin flip, which is what we're gonna go to in about 5 minutes, lift and catch. And you can scoop water back to landmark 2 position. All right, let's go 1 more minute through there, y'all. I'm gonna meet version 1, just in case you need a little visual cue here. Press, lift, and you see how the spine is opening and creating room for that movement? Here, here, here. Bring your anti-rotation along whenever you're in 2 hands when you can, okay? Nice, Anna. 30 seconds, y'all. Keep working on that coin flip.
Woo! I almost lost that one.
Nice. Last rep. When you get done with that, all you gotta do is set it down. Good work, y'all. Looking good. All right. Hope you like those sword swings, those coin flips. We're gonna get a little more eccentric. Okay, that's okay. If you guys are new to this, some of this other movement is rather. I mean, the last movement was rather advanced. So this next movement will be very advanced. If, like, say, you're just getting acquainted with your 360 swing, that's okay. Cue that up in 360 swing. All right. By all means, if you want to try this, though, I encourage you to. Just be safe. Okay, what we're going to go through here is I'm going to demo a bunch of stuff. All right. Turn down the irie vibration. Here we go. All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to mimic a samurai swing, or hit a samurai swing, okay? Because that's truly, I think, close to the finishing position of a golf swing. All right, but before I do, for those of you interested in the 360 swing, all right, we're from a warrior stance, talking landmarks. We're going to draw 4 of them here. All right, warrior stance here. We got our block. We have our dump. Nice, tight crown around our head. We're not allowing our spine to extend. We're clamping down to the midsection, and we're driving, all right, back to warrior stance. All right, 4 landmarks there, just like we did in our mobility. And then after a while, you can bring through all those in a smooth fashion, in a fluid fashion. Okay, the elbow driver's in there. It's all in there, everybody. Okay, so at any time, and we're going to be going to our 360 swing as well, you guys can go do it. When in doubt, 360 swing it out, all right? So what I'm going to do now is lead into a samurai swing, okay? So a samurai swing is how Frankenlegs cued this once to me, and I love this cue, so this stuff. It's palms to the crowd, I think. That's how he cues that.
For me too.
Yep,
that really helped me.
Right?
Super effective.
So just like Anna and I are standing here, we have a controlled grip in somewhere around our waistline, wherever that feels strong for you, with tucking your mace handle and your grips. But you're not going to want to come too far out of the body, okay? So all it is we're feeding it kind of like we normally would into a swing, into our block, and then we're affording the mobility through our wrists by palms to the crowd and bringing it back up. Now, it's tough if you can't do your whole mace, but you can do it like this. Just watch yourself, okay? You can choke up on your mace a bit here, but just be mindful of the tail into the center heart position. Okay, that is a samurai swing. All right, and those feed nice into 360s. You got 360s, and you can feed samurais into 360s. And if you're saying, Coach, how do you stay so stable? It's all, we've been through it. It's all the lower half standing structure cues. It's all ripping apart, activating through the glutes, keeping those knees soft. Okay, wherever you feel strong there, okay? Okay? Samurai swing, 360 swing, samurai swing. Okay? Hit a few of those each way. Change your grip just so you feel the difference and the nuance. You can 360 swing into samurai, or you can just stick with samurais. And that's a core challenger. I love it. Hit those 30 more seconds, y'all. There we go. One-handed samurai. Swing by Anna a little. There's a little cue there. Keeping that upper arm attached to your side body helps the shoulders fire.
Whoopsies. There we go.
Nice. Play with those guys. 15 more seconds. Cool. Shake it out when you're ready. Good stuff, y'all. All right, so we talked about sword swings and a coin flip. We talked about samurai swings. All right, let's put it all together. All right, this is the fun part. Now, how do I want to approach this? I want everybody to start in their standing structure, okay? At least start from the home base we've all encouraged. Oh, sweet girl. Sweets doesn't know what time.
Oh, baby girl. Yeah, I miss my kitties.
Dude, she's hilarious. She's so comfortable.
Mad at me.
That she'll come in when guys are like throwing full kicks and takedowns, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're mad. I love how comfortable you've gotten, but it's it's like these people. Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
I love Kat.
All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do is keep this standing structure. But I just wanted to invite some nuance. If you guys, like Anna, for sure, I know you've had a lot of reps in these waters. So if you want to eventually create some step patterns or something fun through here, go ahead. But what we're going to do is sword swing, coin flip into a golf swing, which is essentially a samurai swing. It just starts a little higher often. Okay, so let me just cover that real quick. All right, so we're in our standing structure. If you guys are in a battle stance, all right, or if you're even higher in more of a, it's kind of like a high guard, but you're extended, all right? So I guess it's still a battle stance, you're just really extended on that mace. All right, these are called battle stance, all right, in this under-over grip pattern, but we're oftentimes not all the way up on the mace, all right? That's the golf swing, and all we're doing is guiding it. And I want you guys to think about sword grip here. We're coming from a strong mace grip to like a longer forearm along the mace, fingers long, and we guide it into that samurai swing, okay? And you can hit a few of those back and forth. Battle stance, guide your golf swing. Battle stance, guide your golf swing. Battle stance. Okay, and we're going to combine all these, all right? So let's take like 3-4 minutes. I'm going to put 4 minutes on the clock just for my ease and move with you guys. Inviting some nuance here. Just a quick demo on the entire pattern here. If we wanted to sword swing, and then we're going to coin flip, okay? But we're going to come off that mace, all right? So we're going to coin flip to wherever you feel comfortable. Okay? No, that's not what we're doing. Right here. Sword swing, coin flip, and we're going to do a two-handed catch outside. Okay?
Oh.
Oh yeah, I love this one. All right, and from there we're guiding it into our golf swing. Okay, and when you're here, you can either drop it or whatever hand transition you want to do to the other side. And we're going to sword swing it, two-handed catch it. Okay, so this one is the same as we always do. Left hand or dominating hand right now is the same. It's like we're catching into a scoop water. And the other one is just coming in and mating with it, all right? And then we're here. Boom. All right? And then control those. It's a fun grab, right? It's a battle grab. I've been going to it a lot because you can coin flip out in hard battle stance and smash things. And that's cool. All right? Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to crank the music a little bit louder. All right? And we're going to get through this. Go slow, guys. The only real dynamic portion you have to kind of not force, but not wait around for, is the coin flip, right? You have to intentionally direct that through space where you know it might be, and boom, catching it right there. Hello, Father. How are you doing? We got my dad joining us on the live. He's talking about dating himself, and because I was talking about dating myself, and he said he's talking about smoke signal flare. So okay, yeah, they still use signal flares though. You know, that's why haven't they improved that technology? Like we're talking about dating ourselves typewriters, and we've been using signal flares since the Chinese invented that stuff. All right, here we go. So I'm told. Nice and slow through here, y'all. You're going to see me invite some steps into it, probably towards the end. Step 2 works well, lateral step. Step 4. Here we go. Nice. Control those golf swings. You can anti-rotate on that mace through there, too. Hack that core. Go back to your cues. You're starting to flow through here and feel good. Go back to your structural cues. Nice work, everybody. 45 seconds. Have fun. Nice work. Finish out those last swings. Join me in the powwow. Just sort of sitting down. That was
My left shoulder is feeling rough today, so
really
I'm happy it's been cooperating.
man. That was really cool. You were motivating me seeing you do those one-arm swings. Those look fun. Nice.
Oh, that feels so good.
Right. My shoulders are a little tight today, but they feel good. Thanks for going on that little swing journey with me, everyone. That was cool. Oh, that was you're really fluid in those patterns, Anna. How did those feel?
I'm trying real hard on my lat engagement, Adam. Like that's where a lot of my shoulder issues and neck issues stem from. So like really, really like I feel like I'm like practicing like bodybuilder moves.
Yeah.
Like flare those lats. You know, like like how much can I get it to activate? Like
Yeah, it really is, and you know it's like, you know, a lot of times too that'll correct I think some of these upper issues too. Maybe not overnight.
All of it.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when we flex and put those shoulders proper, and especially for the nice open heart.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel it like here.
Yep, because I get tight here too. My chest all kind of capsizes.
Yeah.
Caps.
Yeah.
And that's maybe from stress, right? And then the back feels tense all the time, and so do the traps, right?
But too, I mean, and I don't know because I don't practice, you know, the same martial arts that you do. But I know that for the MACE, it's always front loaded, so there's a lot of excessive work on the front delt. So I have to work extra hard to make sure I'm pulling everything back.
That's a good point.
And I know that when I was taking Krav Maga and like self-defense and stuff, it was like, you know, I always had like my hands up like this. And so you're always kind of in like a hunched sort of position. You know, like as you're like sparring. So I always be like, okay, you kind of have to be up to protect yourself. So
that's literally exactly it, Anna. Yeah. When you go into that defensive shell posture. Yeah, there's a lot of overcompensation and compensation things going on. That's cool. So those of you with the martial arts backgrounds, and maybe you've or maybe you just lived a rough life, or are often in a guarded defensive posture, that happens too. Think about what we said. Think about opening your chest a little bit. Think about getting that heart out. I know this drill helped me a lot with the breathing, and I know that the neck slides helped me a lot initially. I don't do them as much anymore, although I do go to them often. But I just do whatever serves me in the day, you know, as you get more of an awareness of these things, you know, you kind of pick what you need on a given day. If you don't know what you need, then that's when it's nice to go through a nice progressive pattern, moving along and then waking yourself up, right? So yeah, that's really important, Anna, what you said, because like I didn't understand that at first. Like I guess I never had a posture coach. I was never in dance or anything like that. I was never in anything where didn't have anybody telling me to stand up straight with my shoulders back, I guess, you know. And, so I had that guarded approach.
My mom was always yelling at me because I was always standing like this.
Yep. Yeah, right, with the hip out.
Like, stand up straight, you know, and I'd be like.
Yep.
And it's just like, look at from the side, like what that does to your posture.
I know, it's all skeletal, right? Your skeleton's like bearing the brunt of it. Yep.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's so bad for your back.
Yeah.
And also, what you were saying, not to add to the speech so that you can get out of class, but what I was thinking is like, it doesn't matter if somebody's moved or not. Even just us as Americans, like our lifestyles are predisposed to have a sitting lot. So that alone is going to cause like that concave chest.
Yes.
So even if you don't do anything,
Yep.
if anything, we're going to open your chest because you're always in a position that's going to make you achieve X no matter what. You sit in your car, you sit in your desk at work, you sit in the movie theater, you sit,
Yep.
You sit. So
that's really good.
Sorry. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, Adam. Thanks for hosting.
I love it. Hey, we could do a TED Talk. Aren't those only like they're only like 12 minutes long too, so that's like good. Yeah, right. It's like Anna, you got 15 minutes. That's it. Not 55.
Yeah. I'd be like, I got
It's got things to say, yeah.
Copy of the PowerPoint.
Exactly. So I hope everybody out there found some benefit in what we were just talking about postural alignment and all those things. I hope you found benefit in today's class, moving with Anna and I. If you had trouble with any of those moves or any of that was too far outside of the scope of what you're understanding right now, that's okay. You can go back to the other MACE revivals, check those out. We'll go slower in some of those. I like that 360 swing to samurai swing. So if the front swing or anything in the front swing wise, other than warrior stance, is new to you, go back to that. Go try some samurai swings, like really diligent and purposeful with your alignment, and just focus on that. I remember talking to Anna about, I don't know how long ago. Maybe
or turn your mace upside down.
That's true too.
Helps me.
Yep.
It's like it takes the weight out of the end where you can just practice the movement itself and like watch.
Yes.
Watch your rotation. You can do it real slow.
Very good.
Because the samurai swing definitely will create a lot of gravity pulling away from your body. So it's like, you got to really
you have to be riveted in there. And think about that what Anna just said. That's important. So turn your mace around, turn it into a sword. And what we just did today it was simple in that we didn't cover a lot of things, but we literally went from a sword swing to throwing it into a battle swing. Okay. So it's like one end to the other. We just journeyed the whole end of that spectrum. Okay. So that was really difficult stuff, y'all. So just like Anna queued up, I think that's very important. Okay. Standing structure is everything. Work on your standing structure. If you're having structural issues or feeling firm on the ground issues, just do 360 swings until that is, that'll clear that up. 360 swings with your standing structure cues. All right. Just go through it. High reps. Build yourself up though over time if you're new to it. And then once you're firm, all right, once you're standing firm, then you can get into some excessive stuff like swings and stuff like that. And the shoulder builder that the sword swing is, and the wrist and forearm builder, all of it, the grip builder, that'll really also firm you up. Okay, don't be loosey goosey, even though it's slightly easier on the structure with your structure. Okay, still shore that up in your standing structural cues, and see what you can do with that. Thanks so much, everybody, for kicking it with us this morning. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to put show notes, like always, down in the notes. And I wanted to mention, if you guys ever want me to teach something specific, I put my email down there too. So reach out to me in my email and say, hey, Coach Adam, I want you to teach this, or do you know what this is? And we can share some information about that. Also, if you ever want the sign-in for the Zoom class in which Anna is a participant in right now and helping me out with this all.
I'll put it on Instagram.
Yeah, put it on Instagram. And
I'll post it today.
You can also email me in the show notes, and I'll send you the sign-in code and login for all that stuff too. All right, so much love to all of you on YouTube. God bless, and move forth through your day with a purpose, like you know how to swing swords. Thank you, Anna. That was.
Thank you so much.